Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the first update on my Amazon FBA store challenge journey. If you haven't watched the first video, you should probably go and do that now, because otherwise this video might not make any sense. But I asked you guys how you wanted to have the updates, and you said a mixture of sit down and vlog. So right now I'm filming the sit down part, but I'm going to cut away to some vlogs that I did along the journey to update you on how it's all going, and then we'll come back to here for kind of what I've learned so far. Hey guys, so this is my first vlog style update from the FBA. I have almost finished watching the Freedom Formula course. It's taken me quite a long time because it is 12 hours, but I have discovered you can watch it in like 1.5 if you want to save a bit of time. But it's been really good. I really like how much they go through it in a lot of detail, and they talk about lots of real life examples. But they also have a really good YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot. I'm also listening to the Amazing Seller podcast, which is a totally different American guy, and he and his business partner are really successful on Amazon as well, and they give lots of practical advice and they do interviews from other sellers. I think he also has a course that he sells, but his podcast is really interesting, so I'd recommend that. Because I'm finding I can only watch the course when I'm sat at my computer because it's a video course. So then the podcast I'm like taking out with me if I'm on a commute or that kind of thing. And then I've also been interviewing friends of mine who do FBA. So if I can, I will get someone on the channel who's an expert, maybe even Evan or Benji if we can manage to be in the same country. But yeah, guys, let me know if there is someone you'd like me to interview about Amazon, and I can try and get them on the channel. But for now, it's basically just been a ton of learning. I'm making loads and loads of notes so I can make sure I pass everything on to you guys, and I'm absolutely dying to get started. But I think it's right to do all this kind of research before I begin, because we are going to be putting a few £1,000s into it, so we want to make a good choice. Hey guys, another update from me on the FBA. So I have finally finished watching the whole course, and I'm so excited to get started. It's been Christmas and New Year's since I made my original video about like announcing the challenge, so it's been quite slow because both me and Emma, who I'm doing it with, we've just been crazy with Christmas and traveling and stuff, so I'm really keen now to kind of hit the ground running. Today we bought the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, which is very exciting. It's reasonably expensive, but the Chrome extension you buy once and you have forever, but there's also a web app which has some extra functionality which you pay per month. So we're going to get the Chrome extension forever, and then the web app just for the next month or so while we're actually choosing the product. So we are ready to start choosing what our product is going to be, and I'm so excited. I'm feeling really optimistic. It really feels like if you just follow the steps, then it can't go too wrong, touch wood. It seems like everyone has done this so many times before us and had success, and so many of my friends I know have had genuine success. I know they're not just like lying on the internet, like I know a lot of nomads out there are saying all kinds of things to make sales, but I know people who 100% have done it who are my personal friends. So I feel really optimistic about getting started. Whether we can actually make some like real serious passive income on this, I can't wait to find out. Having watched the course and listened to a bunch of podcasts and interviewed some of my friends who are doing FBA, I finally feel ready to start. As I mentioned in the original video, you need a little bit of money to get started, but if you have a couple of thousand, or you can partner up with a friend and put in like 1,000 each, then I think FBA is a pretty surefire way to make money. So now we're going to start choosing our product. Probably the next video will have some screenshots of me using Jungle Scout and searching through looking for products. But in this video, I wanted to say the kind of rules that we've collected of how to choose a product and what parameters your ideal product should fit into. So it seems pretty widely accepted that you should choose a product that is priced at between $20 and $50 on Amazon as like the retail price. I get the impression that any less than that, the Amazon fees kind of eat up pretty much all of your profit, and any more than that is fine, but it's going to cost quite a lot of money for you to buy your first set of stock. And it's going to be less of kind of an impulse buy. People are going to be much more considerate if they're spending more than $50 on something. So you totally can get into a high price good, but remember that you're going to have to buy 500 to 1,000 of that product up front. So you probably want to pick something that's not too expensive unless you've got a massive bankroll behind you. So we're going to be looking for a product which is between $20 and $50. We've decided to sell just on the UK Amazon at first because my business partner who I'm going to be working with is based in the UK, so she can receive the products, check they look okay, post them to Amazon. It's kind of all much easier. It means that we don't need to do any of the kind of American stuff like registering for American taxes and American business, and all of that is perfectly doable, but we thought for our very first product we're just going to do UK. So we're going to be using Jungle Scout to look on the amazon.co.uk to look for products that fit in these criteria. So the first one is the price. The second one is to use Jungle Scout to look at what people are making on page 2, because worst case scenario, you might be on page 2 at least for a while. So you want to kind of get a feel for what people are making on page 2. But the most important part is what they're making in the top half of page 1, because obviously that's where you're going to be aiming to be. The general principle that everyone seems to go by is that there should be at least 2 or 3 products that are making more than $4,000 a month. When you look on Jungle Scout. What you don't want is just one product that is doing really, really well and it's just taking all the demand from everybody else in that niche, because although it means there's a lot of customers, it means that obviously that person is really hard to compete with. Maybe they're a brand, maybe they're got tons of reviews for whatever reason. So you want at least 2 or 3 on the first page to be making $4,000 a month or more. And also to ideally have 300 reviews or less. But also you want at least 3 on the front page to have less than 100 reviews. So that's kind of the magic spot where they're making a lot of money, but they don't have that many reviews. And 100 may sound like a lot to you. You might be thinking, well, I don't have 100 friends who can review my product. But of course, most of them will be organic. People will buy your product and they'll leave a review. And we're going to look later at ways that you can get people to leave a review who otherwise wouldn't because they forget or you remind them, whatever. But basically, you want 3 or 4 on the front page who are making $4,000 a month or more that have less than 100 reviews total. And you don't really want to get into a space at all where one person is making all the money or one person has over 10,000 reviews. Something like that, you're probably just never going to be able to catch up to. Now, of course, both of those numbers are flexible. The ideal is that there will be 2 or 3 products who are making $10,000 a month or more, because that means it's really good demand. But 4,000 is kind of like it's something that's okay. And similarly with reviews, if they have less reviews, happy days, you found an amazing niche. The other tool that I think is going to be really useful for us is totally free, which is nice because Jungle Scout does cost money, is the Amazon FBA profit calculator. And for that, you can go on to Alibaba and you can work out what your product approximately is going to cost. You just want a ballpark. You don't need to get a specific quote, but you say my product is going to cost $2 each time to source it from Alibaba, plus shipping, plus fees. And then you put it into the FBA calculator on Amazon and it will factor in all of the fees. And you can also put in the average sale price and it will tell you what the profit will be. So you can get a bit of a feel. And if you do that, you will start to realize that the products that cost less than $20 have hardly any profit in them. You need very, very large numbers being sold. Whereas the products between the $20 to $50 retail mark are going to have a pretty decent profit margin. So the profit margin calculator is really, really helpful because there are quite a few, not hidden fees, but little Amazon fees that you may not realize until you actually start selling. A couple of other really small things are that most people recommend you get quite a physically small and light product. They say like under £2, just because of shipping and also Amazon storage fees can be really high. So try and get something small and light if you can, and also avoid anything which is gated or restricted, which means products which Amazon won't let a brand new seller sell. So that's normally things to do with like food, or if you're consuming something like maybe beauty products that go near your eyes, anything. It's pretty understandable. You can sell them, but you have to get special permission, and basically for your first product just go for something way more simple and avoid anything remotely gated. And then the final thing to think about when you're choosing your product is whether you can expand. Most of the things that I recommend, like Evan and Benji's course, say that you're going to want to expand into several products, obviously because then it makes more money, but you want them to be in a similar niche so you can get the like customers also bought recommendation. And also you can advertise to your existing customers when you launch a new product and it's in the same niche. So you want to find a product that is a great niche, but then also check what other customers bought related to that product, look at some similar searches around, and check that there's maybe 5 to 7 products related to your chosen product which also fit the revenue and the competition criteria, so that you know there's going to be room for you to expand. And those numbers may have changed by the time you're actually ready to expand, but at least you know that it is a possibility before you start headstrong down this path where actually you found one really good product but there's nothing else really related to it that's going to sell. So that is it for part 1. I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much, but I feel like I've learned so much from the course and from the podcast and from my friends that I've interviewed that I've got a million things to tell you, but for now we'll just focus on the product selection. So in the next video I will show you me actually browsing around some products and choosing, so be sure to subscribe for that and switch on your notifications. But in the meantime, let me know if you sell on Amazon or if you're going to take the course the same as me, because I think I want to start a little private Facebook group for anyone who buys the course like through my channel, so that we can kind of go through it together, because I know that it's going to be a bit of a journey and we want to be on it together. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys for my next update, and have an awesome week. Bye!